So Michael, welcome to this video, and thanks for coming along today to talk to us about financial hangovers. And I think, we're now in February, and a lot of people at the end of January would have got their credit card bills, and they are having those oh shit moments. Like, how am I going to pay off this huge credit card bill? December was great, some really good memories, but now I'm just feeling really bad all those great memories.
So hopefully they had a good time.
I'm sure they did. But yeah, there must be a lot of people going through this sort of stress.
There's a lot of financial stress out there, and as you said before, a lot of people in December, come January, still halfway through January, on holidays, spending a lot more than they thought they were going to. And as you said, Nathan, there, they open up the bill.
Yeah.
And they just go, they freak out.
So, a position of high credit card debt, what really what sort of behaviour leads a person or a family? Sometimes it could be a person or a couple to this point. What behaviour gets them to that point?
And there's a lot of different sort of money types that I take my clients through. So I do a lot of work around the behaviour around money. And one of the things I see in this situation is what I call a full money type. So they're financially irresponsible, they're overindulgent, they're a bit careless with their money. And everyone's got different parts of different money types. And that's what I see, that they're just not worrying about tomorrow. It's just all about today, enjoying today, and tomorrow will work its way out. The biggest issue I've got is that tomorrow doesn't work its way out. And that's what they're seeing now. They're seeing the bills come in there. They're going, had a great time now. Now I'm stressed. Now I've got this bill. What do I do? I've got to pay this back.
So, and I guess Christmas is this happens all throughout the year.
Yes.
But Christmas is your typical time where it's probably even bigger than it normally could be.
Exactly right.
Yeah. So, what other money mindsets have you really discovered that are very common to situations like that as well?
So what happens then is that they move into what I call an innocent mindset around money. So they go back to their childhood. So they'll get their credit card bill and they'll go, I can't deal with this, it's stressing me out. And I even see a lot of people just put it in their top drawer. Close the door, out of sight, out of mind. That doesn't work. That's a great strategy for, again, 24 hours in a sense there, but it doesn't work. So they go into this sort of behaviour around not looking at their situation there. They really seek rescue. That's what an innocent type is, going back to their childhood. They're non-confrontational. They don't put it out there. They don't ask for help. They just hope it goes away, and again, it's not going to go away. But at the same time, they're really stressed. They're really financially stressed, which is not a healthy way to be.
And that must put a lot of pain on friendships, relationships with your, spouse, all that.
And that's what we find. A lot of research states that financial stress, especially in the long term, is a major cause of anxiety, depression and cancer.
Right, yeah.
Long term, and it's one of the major causes for relationship breakdown. So when you think about it, someone in that situation, Nathan, where they might start fighting about money, going, well, why did we spend $20,000? We can't afford to pay it back. And you get the spouse starting to fight. And that's what I see, that they go, well, we never really planned it this way. And when you start sort of having that fight in a relationship, generally around money there, that's what we really need to sort out with people.
Yeah. So they really pay for that good time.
They pay for that good time. Exactly. Yeah.
So I guess, look, we don't want people. You don't want anyone to be in that position.
Yeah.
So what practical steps do you have to help your clients get out of this bad credit cycle?
And there is a few steps, and they are quite practical. So I'd sit down with the client and look at the flow of money. And in a sense, it's doing a budget, understanding where their money goes, and then really working out how we're going to clear this credit card debt. So there's great solutions there that we can actually look at other providers that are offering a nil credit card sort of period, call it 6 months, call it 12 months, where they can transfer that debt, call it $20,000, $10,000, and the interest rates are around 23, 25%. on a credit card. So they're paying $5,000 a year or about $430 a month in interest only before they can even clear debt. So we can actually look at a provider, move that money across there. It gives them a chance to get on top of it. Gives them a chance to actually eat into that sort of debt and reduce it significantly. And again, that gives them confidence that they can sort of clear that debt. So that's one strategy. If we can't go down that path, we look at a lot of the core debt. If it's a limit of, say, $20,000, looking at maybe $17,000, $18,000 of that, putting it into a personal loan where it's a clear repayment structure and get that rate down to about 9.5% there. But again, it's that confidence that they've got a strategy, that they're going to clear that debt within a certain period of time based on their cash flow and what they can commit to.
Yeah. So I guess as an example, you've got a client who's had a bad credit run, bad cycle. They've had a great Christmas, but they're paying off all their fund now.
Yeah.
So you put them through this step where you put their debt into a situation where they can pay it down. But what skill set are you, or what behavioural skills, or what are you going to give them so they can go forward and make sure that this doesn't happen again? What are you teaching your clients to manage bad cycles that they get themselves into?
Well, that's a really great question, because all this is really doing is putting a Band-Aid on it. So it's really fixing a solution there, but we need to find where that behaviour came from. And a lot of times it's habits that you build up. And generally speaking, I'd say to you, Nathan, as an example, so if you spend a lot of money and you're not financially responsible, when we dig a bit deeper and find out where those habits came from, generally they come from the parents.
Yep.
So you might go back to me going, well, my dad does exactly the same thing. I didn't realise that I was so much like my father, as an example. So really start to look at what behaviours you want to change, what habits aren't serving you and creating that financial stress. And there's one in particular, so we actually look at what we call a warrior money type. So that's being accountable. It's being responsible. It's understanding your flow of money there. So you've got money going into emergency funds, you've got money going into a bill account there, so if something happens with the car, you've got money to pay for it. And you also got money to plan for holidays. So you're really looking at how the money flows and how it can be of best service to you. So that's probably the best money type, because you're confident, you're in control, and you're mapping out your future.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that's great. Well, look, I would just have to say that I've known Michael forever and a day, and I'm the first one to vouch for him. He's got my tick of approval. If Michael, people are watching this and they're really resonating and they're in this situation, or they know someone that's in this position, how can they reach out to you? How can they find you?
Yeah, and that's, again, a good question, because a lot of people, what I call, suffer in silence, because there's a bit of shame and embarrassment around their money situation, and there's no judgment when they speak with me. So I'd offer a free consultation. If you go to my website at www.caretogrow.com.au, and you can actually put in there a free consultation. And it's really a discovery meeting, understanding what's going on.
And everything that you do is in confidence.
Most definitely, yeah. And again, there's no judgment. I mean, I can share stories with you about my old money stories, which I've again changed and hence brought me into this behavioural around money. So everyone's got a story, Nathan.
Yeah, no, that's great. Well, I think that's definitely some comfort there. So, all right, well, Mick, thank you for sharing with us today.
Pleasure.
And look forward to seeing you more and helping our clients.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Okay, bye.